Yo, what's good, boys? Today I did end up taking shorts on NASDAQ, so I hope y'all maybe caught a piece of that, and let's just get right into it. So, going into the day, you can see that we had core retail sales as well as unemployment claims, right? The only high impact news driver out of the entire week, okay? And, if you've been trading this entire week, most of y'all have been. Wednesday was solid for the first hour or so. We had no news, but Wednesday is typically an expansion day, okay? So even if there is no news, the majority of the time, you'll get a decent move for maybe the first hour, hour and a half. And I talked about that in yesterday's video. And then today was the only very high probability day going into it. So let's go straight into it. So at 8:30, expecting high impact news. Okay, so going into the day, you see that we had a huge fucking pump overnight, right? We pumped 300 points overnight. Okay, since the new day opened at 6 p.m., we pretty much pumped 300 points. And typically when you see this, New York cannot be the best, okay? But, just with what was given to me at this specific time, prices are aligning pretty well. High time frame was looking very nice. And volatility, just pumped out of nowhere at 9:30. So, and we had a data low as well. So, it was all pretty clean. Did my normal risk, $500, 0.5%. So, yeah. Or no, 1%, my fault. So, let's getting into it. We formed this high time frame SMT, keeping in mind that we've been bullish the entire, new day open. Since we opened, we've been extremely bullish, right? We formed the manipulation right here, SMT at these highs, and my eyes were on the equilibrium of the distribution, right? These days are super easy to trade, okay? Because you're either going, it's going to go down no matter what, okay? If there was no London manipulation, right? Price is going to it's going to dump and continue higher and form that manipulation down here, or it's just going to dump overall, okay? So no matter what, it's going to go lower, right? In this exact scenario, and a lot of these scenarios are similar to this, okay? So my eyes were on this equilibrium, okay? And what made me, so sure that we weren't going to, push lower and then continue higher just off of this low or some shit, was because we had no London SMT, right? We had no London SMT. We had no London manipulation. Okay, so these lows right here, all these smooth lows, it was just engineered liquidity. That's all it was, okay? There was no SMT at these lows with ES. ES did not take out this low, okay? So that right there, that was an instant, a red flag that, okay, we are most likely going to head lower once we manipulate higher and form that SMT. We have all these lows right here along with this equilibrium, okay? So, from here, I want to see, obviously, this get inversed, and, we actually inverse this all the way down here, way past the point of my entry. But, just keeping in mind, targeting this equilibrium, either we're going to run this low or run this low for manipulation and continue higher, or it's going to completely dump. Doesn't matter because I'm still going to be out of the trade taking these shorts, okay? So, let's hop on the 1 minute, okay? And this is what I took right here. This is a very good fractal that you can record, right? We had these smooth lows, and I want y'all to focus on the data low, right? It obviously isn't the most obvious data low, but you see that we have this data high first, okay? And again, it's all about perspective, right? Perspective. And what I was thinking was that, again, I still want to see lower prices no matter what before we go higher, if we even do, okay? So we formed this data high, okay? So we had a failure swing right here, and right here when we started dumping, okay, I was like, this may be the Judas swing. This push lower, we may continue pushing lower, sweep these smooth lows, sweep some of these lows, form SMT, and then target the data high, okay? And that is very valid. Okay, we got that retracement we needed. We formed that manipulation during New York, and we're going to get a continuation higher. But what happened? We formed this data low. We failed to swing we failed to swing sell side in general, right? News embargo lift, or no, my fault. News embargo lift there. 8:30 news, failed to swing sell side completely. All this engineered sell side, all these smooth lows already, we didn't swing any of it, right? And pretty much that's telling me that we're engineering sell side and we're probably going to target it later. So what we did was we targeted the data high first. We swept the data high, formed the high time for manipulation, and we have this fair value gap right here that held beautifully, right? We had this fair value gap that marked out, You mark out the consequent encroachment of it. And we had a low time from SMT, which is an even better confirmation for my entry, right? So there's a lot of shit in here, right? Right, on the high time frame, we manipulated. We formed that manipulation. We have been bullish ever since the open, so looking for equilibrium, looking for smooth lows on the high time frame. Right? And then we also have engineered sell side, where we had a news driver that failed to manipulate lower. We actually ended up pushing even higher after a 300-point move overnight. We're in an extreme premium, okay? Confirmation SMT, low time frame, and a fair value gap being held by the consequent encroachment, okay? And this right here is my entry, okay? So as you see, price closed below it like crazy. Like that is an extremely far close, you know, that like I typically wouldn't want, okay? Where I wanted it to close was like right here, okay? Obviously that never happened. And price closed all the way down here. So I stayed out. I'll show you all the video in a second. But I just stayed out of the trade, okay? Because if I took the execution right there, my RR would be 1.3. And then what would I have to do? I would have to, you know, take profit even larger just to get it back, you know, to 2, right? And I was very confident that these lows were going to be taken, and these lows as well. Looking back at it now, I could have targeted these lows just because it was a high time frame, smooth lows. You know, liquidity pool. But that's besides the point. We learned from this. But, you know, just waiting and just being patient and being okay with missing this move, right? It closed severely below the fair value gap that I wanted. Didn't want to take the trade anymore. And I was like, okay, if we retrace at least like right here, we don't have to trade back into the inversion. We don't need that. If it traced like right here, I'll get in the trade. And that's exactly what happened, okay? I don't know if it'll say the price that I bought it at. No, it doesn't say. Fuck. Okay, whatever. All right. So entered right here, tap me in, and then we continue lower. It's literally a 3-minute trade, 2.5-minute trade. Okay. And my stop loss break even was at the halfway point, which is right here. This intermediate term low within this fair value gap. Break even right here. Stop loss break even. Price didn't even want to, you know, turn around. Just continue dumping to the target. Right, because we have engineered sell side for so long the entire night. We've never ran any sell side. So perfect opportunity right here to take a beautiful short, little 2.4R trade. Okay, so let's get into the video real quick, right? And then after that, obviously you can see that it distributed back to the equilibrium. After that, we kind of just, you know, chopped around the equilibrium for the rest of the day. Now I believe we're targeting these smooth lows. Okay, so we'll see what happens. Tomorrow can, you know, be shit. It's Friday. We have no high impact news that can be shit. So we shall see. But yeah, so let's go over the video real quick. All right, so this is when. So I'm telling myself that I'm not entering on this. We have 5 seconds left. I'm not entering on this. I want it to be about like right here, right? I don't want it to close all the way down here, because the RR again, the risk reward would be terrible.
Because I'm not going to sell all the way down here. It's too low.
Oh yeah, no, definitely not.
Okay.
I think you should wait until it
so don't
goes
enter.
down to
I'm staying patient, waiting for it to retrace somewhere within this range over here.
That piece of liquidity.
Just staying patient.
I think it's gonna go all the way down to 2,300.
See, okay, back to like my original entry point where I would like it, you know, this candle to close at. Once I saw this huge push up, I enter right here.
Order filled.
Stop loss at the consequent encroachment of this order block before forming this SMT. Break even right here again. Take profit down here. Let's speed this up a bit.
Oh.
Was there 9:30 news?
No, it's part of it.
Yeah.
So we're getting a nice displacement here, obviously. Price is edging my break even, but I do not move my break even at all until it hits that low. Okay. So again, sticking to my rules. Not getting emotional. Thinking, oh, it's so close. Like there's no point. Like, I'm waiting for that break even hit. Okay, break even. is when price really begins to actually move. So risk-free trade at this point, no worries at all, even if price does run back up on me. Data has shown that typically when when price runs the break-even, about halfway point of my take profit, the majority of the time, if price is good and it's efficient, it will end up hitting take profit. Okay, so I'm very confident that this is going to go lower. And order filled. Made. Let's see if I pull it up. I don't even know if I pull it up. Because y'all can't see that shit. Fuck. Yeah, so 992 on the day, both accounts. So not a bad day today, boys. Again, just, practicing patience. Trading days that are actually going to be, high probability. And I'm completely fine with not trading tomorrow, right? Because patience pays, boys. Patience pays, and I've really realized that lately. Patience fucking pays. If you're willing to only trade once or twice a week and trade those really A-plus conditions, really A-plus trades, dude, you'll make money. You'll make money, bro, because that was my main issue. I was trading in improbable conditions. Bam. And that's what I was struggling with the most, because I would get chopped out. So again, being patient, waiting for high probability conditions. Tomorrow, it may offer the opportunity for a good setup, okay? And if high time frame is aligning, if low time frame is aligning, and it's looking decent price action, if it's not chopping like crazy, we'll look for some trades, okay? Simple as that. Simple as fucking that. But, it's better to take 2 trades a week, and both of them being winners, because you trade A-plus setups. You were patient, you waited for an amazing setup, and you got it, making $2,000 compared to you taking a trade every single day of the week, 4 days out of the week. When there's no high impact news those days, when high time frames looking shit, there's multiple SMTs, there's multiple manipulations, like price is manipulative, like you have no clue where it's going. You taking 5 trades, you won maybe 2 of them, you lost 3 of them. Okay, like you lost $500 if you're using the risk that I am. You lost $500, right? Think about it, boys. Think about it. How are the most profitable traders in the world only trading like 3 times, 4 times a month? Because they're trading a lot of leverage, number one, but they're waiting for the best setups. That's how they're making their money. They're not going into shit market conditions and taking random trades. They're not willing to do that, and I'm not willing to do that either at this point, because I realize that's how I'm losing so much, is because these bad market conditions. If I'm just able to wait. Right now it sucks because we have literally one high impact news driver every single week these past 3 weeks, okay? So I understand that. But, after the elections, that's when, it starts to pick up again. As you can see, it's starting to pick up again. So that's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to learn a lot. We're going to improve. And yeah, so just waiting for those conditions. As long as right now you can stay patient, especially before these elections, stay patient. And trade, the high probability days that you see, the few high probability days you see, maybe once or twice a week. That's it. These next 3 weeks, or this week and next week, there's only going to be maybe 1 or 2, high probability days, and I'm okay with that, bro. I'm okay with that, because as you can see, I made all my money back. I made double my money back that I lost last week. And every single one of these trades, I made small, minute, decisions that messed me up with my stop loss placement, my break even placement, moving my stop loss too close and trading in bad conditions. Right? So I learned that from Tuesday. Thursday and Friday, I took solid trades. This one, I just messed up my, I was trading my stop too close. That I learned a lot from that, just being more patient. And then Friday, I took break even. Okay. And then going into this week, had the same mindset. Okay, just trade high probability days. And, remember what you learned last week about, you trailing stops, okay? You trailing your stops and your break even. Don't be dumb with it. Don't move it up too early, okay? Be patient with it. Trust in your bias. And look what happened, bro. Everything came back full circle. All right, and hopefully I believe we can continue this streak, boys. So we shall see what happens. Hope you all have a good night tonight, and, good luck tomorrow if y'all are trading. And yeah, I'll post another trade analysis tomorrow. I don't know if I'll trade or not, but yeah, I'll see y'all boys. Peace out.